Hi. So today we are starting in the middle of chapter 26. Yesterday we ended, and if we remember, chapter 26 is in the perspective of Charles. And so Charles had just found this clue right here, and we stopped because it was a little bit of a long chapter, but today we're going to finish chapter 26 and complete chapter 27. So, as I said yesterday, I was super interested in finding out if we were going to hear maybe Miguel's point of view soon because we've heard a lot of other characters' point of views. So I'm kind of wondering who else we're going to hear from and if this Bibliomania board game gets Kyle, Akimi, and I forget the last name. Kyle, Akimi, and Sierra anywhere in this game. Okay? So, middle of chapters 26. Charles had never sucked up to a video camera before. He figured it was worth a shot. Maybe Mr. Lemoncello would send him a bonus clue or something. Instead, when Charles stepped out of the 300th room, somebody sent Andrew Peckelman. The googly-eyed library geek was sputtering mad as he rushed down the steps and stomped around the second-floor balcony. Stupid library, stupid Lemoncello, stupid Sphinx, stupid and Sphinx and Skemet. Why so glum, Andrew? Charles called out. Because this game stinks. Mr. Lemoncello sent a bunch of holograms hurling hieroglyphics at me. He could put somebody's eye out with those things. Really? With a hologram? Hey, they're made with lasers, aren't they? Instead, say, speaking of hieroglyphics, where might I find a book about picture languages? Ha! Why should I help you? Because Kyle Keeley is working with Akimi Hughes and Sierra Russell. I imagine it is only a matter of time before your friend Miguel Ferdinand joins their team too. Miguel isn't my friend. Besides, I'm better navigating my way through a library than he'll ever be. I know, that's why I want you on my team. Really? Charles smiled. Kids like Andrew Peckelman were so easy to manipulate. It's not very nice. Oh, yes. Work with me, and I guarantee you will know that you should be the head of the library aide at Alexandraville Middle School. The 400s, blurted Peckelman. Pardon? That's where you'll find your books on hieroglyphics and all kinds of languages. If you want secret codes, there are some in the 600s room. The 650s to be exact. Charles shot out his hand. Welcome to Team Charles, Andrew. The new teammate stepped into the 400s room. For some reason, it was pitch black and smelled like pine trees. Benvenida, benvenue, with me. Welcome, boomed a voice from the ceiling speakers. This is the 400s room, home to foreign languages. Here, Charles and Andrew, you can learn all about your American heritage. A bank of spotlights thumped on. Charles and Andrew were face to face with a row of 4 featurette mannequins. An overhead projector beamed a movie into a dummy number 2, turning it into a perky woman who looked like a flight attendant. Hello, and welcome to your American Heritage. I'm Debbie. Let's begin your voyage. That's okay, said Charles. We're rather busy. Let's begin your voyage, said the mannequin. Charles sighed. Obviously, there was no way to turn this silly display off. He might as well spade things along and telling the dummy what he wanted it to hear. Fine, but can we go with the abridged version? We're in a bit of a rush. Yeah, added Andrew. We have to escape before noon tomorrow. The woman whose body remained frozen, while a movie fade made her face and costume spring to life, reminded Charles of the graveyard statues from the Haunted Mansion ride at Disney World. While we research your family trees, she said, please enjoy this short and informative film. Is this part of the game? Said Andrew to Charles. Possibly. Pay attention for any bonus clues. All right, what do they look like? Who can ever say? A screen behind the life-size dummy leapt to life with all sorts of scratchy images of people huddling together on the deck of a boat near the Statue of Liberty. For decades, narrated the ceiling voice, public libraries have proudly served America's new citizens. These immigrants who flocked to these shores yearning for freedom to build their own American dreams. Charles wasn't really interested in this kind of stuff. His ancestors were all born in America. The only language they ever spoke was English. Yes, the library is where many new arrivals journeys first. To learn more about a new homeland's language, to keep in touch with the world they left behind, to search for the gainful employment that will make them productive residents of their newly adopted home. The movie dissolved into blackness. Thank you for your kind attention, chirped the cheerful Debbie. We have completed your American family tree. Let's meet your first American ancestors. Two mannequins sprang to illuminated life, both of them dressed in traditional Thanksgiving pilgrim costumes. I know who they are already, said Charles. That's John Chitlington and his wife Eleanor. They came from Plymouth Colony and on the Mayflower. Can we move on to Andrew's family, please? Of course, said Debbie. The mannequins quickly went through Andrew Peckelman's ancestry. Apparently, the family name had originally been Pickleman because they made pickles. After a prolonged parade of pickle people, the dummies took on the guise of Andrew's most famous ancestor, a guy in a horn-rimmed glasses and tweed sports coat named Peter Paul Peckelman. I appeared on the TV game show Concentration in 1968, he announced, and won a room full of furniture and wood paneling for my rumpus room. Charles smiled. He knew that the TV game show Concentration was very similar to Mr. Lemoncello's phenomenal picture word puzzler, one of the games that he had picked up at the toy store. Peter Paul Peckelman claim to fame was further confirmation that piecing together the picture puzzle would show Charles how to escape from the library. He'd been right. The dummies had just given him a bonus clue. Chapter 27. Excited by the sudden appearance of a second bonus card, Sierra read it out loud. 2 plus 2 can equal more than 4. Put 2 and 2 together and you'll be closer than before. Akimi raised her hand. Yes, said Sierra. Do you realize that Miguel here isn't on our team? Oh, right. Sorry. Miguel turned to Kyle. You guys are on a team? Yep. You want to join? Maybe. Not sure. Check back with me later. No problem, said Kyle. He fist-thumped his chest. Miguel fist-thumped his. They were finishing each other's peace signs when Sierra said, I think this means we should all play together as a team. Remember what it says on the fountain down in the lobby? Knowledge not shared remains unknown. Maybe, said Miguel. Like I said, let me get back to you guys. I'm working on a few angles on my own, flying solo. Sure, no problem, said Kyle, about to do the whole fist chest bump peace sign thing again when he had a brainstorm. Miguel, quick question. What's on your library card? Miguel shrugged. My name and the other one? And the number 1? Anything else? Like on the back? Nothing really. Looks like a couple of books. 2? Yeah. What are their titles? Miguel bit his lip. Don't want to say. Because you think they might be clues? Not saying because I might or might not be thinking, bro. Kyle nodded. There are 2 books on the back of everybody's library card, said Akimi, thinking out loud. Put 2 and 2 together and you'll be closer than before. The book titles are some sort of clue. My books are 1. Akimi. Kyle shook his head and nodded toward Miguel. Right, sorry, my bad. Okay, Miguel, said Kyle. If and when you decide to team up with us, you can show us the 2 books on the back of your card, and we'll show you ours. We'll also split up the prize 4 ways. Deal? Deal. Come on, guys, Kyle gestured toward the exit. Where are we going? Asked Sierra. Kyle's voice dropped. The Electronic Learning Center. You want to play video games, said Akimi. Now? Seriously? Kyle, we may need to rethink your status on this team as captain. I don't want to play video games. I want to check out the discard pile. Huh? The cards that the players who went home early had dumped into the goldfish bowl. I'm coming with you guys, said Miguel. I've been thinking about those extra cards, too. Fine, said Kyle. Whatever. When they entered the game room, they saw Clarence, his arms folded across his chest, genie style. He was standing guard in front of the discard pile. May I help you, he asked. Yeah, said Kyle. We want to check out the cards in the bowl. Sorry, said Clarence. You can't have them. But, said Mr. Lemoncello, his face suddenly appearing onto the video screen in the room, you can win them. Dressed in a polka-dotted bow tie and snazzy jacket like a game show host, Mr. Lemoncello had one arm resting on the slender plexiglass podium. Behind him, Dr. Zinchenko, all decked out in sparkly red, looked like a model that had pointed at prizes on TV. Are the four of you ready to play? Let's do a deal. When Mr. Lemoncello said that, he pushed a big red button on his podium. A pre-recorded studio audience whistled, cheered, and applauded. Let's do a deal, said Kyle. My first game ever to be turned into a TV show, brought to you by Lemon Pledge. Dr. Zinchenko started singing, Lemon Pledge, very pretty, put the shine down, lemon good. Thank you, Dr. Z, said Mr. Lemoncello, bopping the button on the audience to cheer again. Now, here, kids, here's the deal. Solve one simple picture puzzle and you win 5 library cards in the bowl. And if we lose? Simple. Each of you loses his or her library card and adds it to the discard pile for the next lucky contestants to try and win. He banged on the button again. The audience cheered exactly the way they had cheered before. Kyle turned to the others. What do you say, guys? Let's go for it, said Akimi. Sierra nodded. Miguel? I'm in, bro. You're joining our team? Absolutely. They knocked knuckles to seal the deal. Mr. Lemoncello must have whacked his button again because the canned studio audience started cheering. Kyle wondered what the sound effects would be if his friends lost their library cards playing Let's Do a Deal. Probably groans and weeping. Lots and lots of weeping. And that concludes our chapter 27. Join me tomorrow for when we read chapter 28 and 29. We're getting so close, and hopefully we find out some more information. And I'm really looking forward to this Let's Make a Deal game. It sounds kind of interesting.